Jokri belief.
All right, and we are live. Welcome, everyone, tonight on this, what is it? It's Thursday, right? Yeah, it's Thursday. Welcome, everyone, on this Thursday evening. First of all, this is an owl. Thank you very much for that sub. 10 months already, really. Honestly, I find it hard to believe that it's that long, but it's June, which means it's just about a year since I've broken my elbow. So honestly, that kind of makes sense because that was what eventually led into me getting back into streaming again. In any case, thank you for that tier 1 sub. This is an owl, and for the daily moshing etiquette for the 70th time already. Very nice, very nice. Thank you very much for that. As I was saying, it's been a little over a week since I've been live. Had a little bit of a mini hiatus because I went Into the Grave, of course, which we're going to talk about a bit in a few moments. So I actually have a lot of things to talk about before we get started tonight. So it's going to be a pretty yap heavy beginning, I guess, to the stream tonight, which might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. Could be either or, I guess, depending on what you enjoy. In any case, it's been a little over a week. We had Into the Grave, and then I kind of underestimated how big of a toll Into the Grave would have on me. Because I was initially planning to stream on Tuesday. I was planning to do Tears of the Kingdom on Tuesday. But I honestly, we got home on Monday, and I just didn't get any sleep on the night from Monday to Tuesday, like genuinely nothing. So pretty early in the day, I already knew that yeah, doing a stream tonight isn't gonna work. That's just gonna be a bad idea. So I decided to not do that. So now we are here on Thursday instead with the first stream back from Into the Grave. Hope everyone understands that though. I feel like that was pretty reasonable, to be honest. But nevertheless, we are here, and we're good. We're ready to go because of course in a couple of days from now, at this point we are starting SNES week, which I haven't launched the official Tiltify page for yet, but I'm gonna do that this weekend. I'm gonna probably spend a good chunk of this Sunday doing a bunch of setting up for that. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that goes. Let's cough there for a moment. That's gonna be interesting to see how that goes. Hopefully it'll all go swiftly, and hopefully I won't run into too many technical issues. I had a friend of mine, Aki, who was doing a charity event of her own earlier today. I think she's doing that charity event for the entirety of this week, actually, from today until Sunday. In any case, I noticed that she was having some technical issues as well using Streamlabs charity. Hopefully for my own thing that won't be quite the case. Only time will tell, though. We will see on Monday, I suppose. But let's go back to last weekend. Because I went to Into the Grave, which was a great time. It was honestly an amazing time. Into the Grave this year. It's been a couple of years. I skipped it, like last year and the year before that. I skipped both of those years for Into the Grave because I wasn't really a huge fan of some of the organizational choices that they made, especially in regards to the camping area and that kind of stuff. But this year they had a lineup that I just couldn't leave behind. They had a bunch of my favorites, including a couple that I'd never seen before. So I had to go there. I just couldn't not go with the lineup that they had. So we ended up going. We ended up going for the full weekend, and it was honestly a really good time. We had a great time there. I went there with Meek. I don't know if Meek is here already, but we went together. Both of us were there for the entire weekend. Obviously, on Friday we had a great time with. On Friday there were a little bit of a down point with the weather. It was way too warm on Friday. It still was on Saturday, but on Friday it was really ridiculous. It was close to 30 degrees out, I think, and there was just a full sun, just burning the entire day. Which wasn't the best, obviously. But we still saw a lot of really good bands on Friday. Most notably, I would say would be Sabotage, who, from what I understand, hasn't played in the Netherlands for well over 20 years before this weekend. So that was a really good. That was a really nice thing to have an opportunity to catch them live, at least once in my life. You know what I mean? Then we had Saturday. Saturday was the longest day of the weekend in terms of the actual festival. But lineup-wise, it was probably the best day for me because FKU was playing and Insanity Alert was playing. Those two together made it a fantastic day for me. Like even if everything else was complete nothing for me, those two together made it absolutely worth it. A good friend of mine actually was there as well, which is good. That was also fun. We were able to catch up a little bit between bands and whatnot. And of course, we had a great time at both FKU set and Insanity Alert set. Blood Red Throne was there that day, which was fun as well. There was also Wasp as a headliner that day, and you cannot convince me that Wasp was actually playing live. Everything in their set sounded really playbacked to me, which was a little unfortunate. But I guess on their age, that's not too unexpected, I suppose. All things considered, Saturday ended up being probably the best day of the festival for me, though, with FKU and Insanity Alert being there. So that was great. On Sunday, then, I ended up meeting Madbro for the first time. Madbro9, who hangs out here in chat occasionally. He happens to live pretty close to where that festival is. So we also went there for a day, which was a Sunday. Saw a couple of really good bands on Sunday as well. I would say most notably Tailgunner, who was kind of the big surprise of the festival. I had a great time on their set. Ended up getting a shirt by them, which I'm actually wearing right now today. It was a really good set. It was almost like watching a young Iron Maiden play. So I obviously had a really good time at their show. And then later in the day, there was also Gloryhammer, which is always fun. Gloryhammer didn't seem to have their best day that day to me. I don't know, maybe that was just me, but it felt that way. Then again, if you've seen a band that many times, it was the 12th time I've seen them. If you see a band that many times, you're bound to catch them on a bad day eventually, right? So that was a little unfortunate. But all in all, we had a great time. I had a really good time meeting Mapbro for the first time, so that was fun. And of course, the festival itself was really good as well. I'm curious to see what they're gonna put on the lineup next year, because I know earlier in the year I said this is probably gonna be my last year where I go to like these big festivals. That's what I've been saying for pretty much all year. I've been saying, this year we're gonna have Into the Grave, then we're gonna have Alcatraz, and we're gonna have Stonehenge, and it's gonna be this is gonna be the last year that's gonna be like that. But honestly, being at Into the Grave this year made me feel like, yeah, you know what? That's a bunch of nonsense right there. That's not gonna be it. I feel like it's just been too long since I've been at one of those. So now I just kind of want more of them. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like I should retract that statement. So we will see what we do next year for that. Maybe not Into the Grave specifically or Alcatraz specifically. We will see. We will see what the lineups end up looking like. We will see how Alcatraz ends up being this year, because we're going to go there in August. Because I'm pretty sure that's in August, right? Yeah, August 8th, I believe. In any case, though, there's a couple of things to think about for me personally. Gonna have a lot of festivals and whatnot
banana hammock
in the near future. Hi there, Meek. How are you doing tonight? Hope you're having a good one. A bit late. No worries, Meek. No worries. You actually, I mean, I just got done talking about Into the Grave, so I feel like you could have had some input in there. I mean, you still can if you want to, because you were there as well, obviously. I'm glad you're doing well though, Meek. I'm glad to hear that. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I'm a little tired, and it's like 45 million degrees in here, so that's a little unfortunate. But we truck on. We keep going. Into the Grave was, yeah, it really was, Meek. It really was. I feel like I just spent like 10 minutes talking about it. I mean, we're already almost 18 minutes into the stream, and there hasn't been a second of gameplay yet. That's a pretty unique thing for me, to be honest. That's not something that usually happens for me. So that's how you can tell that Into the Grave was a really good time, because I haven't even talked about everything I wanted to talk about before the stream. Because I had this other thing, right? With like I wanted to talk a little bit about streaming in and of itself, because I've been having a lot of thoughts about streaming lately. Like not thoughts of like I'm gonna quit again or anything along those lines. Nothing close to that. But a couple of like things that I want to be able to achieve in the near future, like preferably this year, maybe. You know, and I don't mean in terms of numbers or anything. I just mean in terms of how my stream is. You know what I mean? But what I notice myself doing a lot whenever I'm streaming, is that I filter myself a ton. I filter I filter all of my emotions pretty much, which isn't the best thing. I filter I filter a lot of my speech, to be honest. I filter my vocabulary a lot, which isn't the best. So I kind of want to figure out a way. It's not really something I'm doing on purpose. It's something that just kind of subconsciously happens. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out a way to stop that, essentially, because I feel like that would honestly make for a better stream. You know what I mean? So so I kind of want to figure out a way to do that without forcing it. So that's kind of the thing I've been thinking about the last couple of days. I've also been thinking about just kind of toning down the amount of time I've been spending on YouTube a lot. So so you know, I still want to do it, but I want to do it at a bit of a slower pace, because I feel like I'm spending an unreasonable amount of time on it at the moment. So I'm probably going to be toning that down a little bit in the near future. That's okay though. Would love less filter, Joe. I see, Meek. I see. I don't necessarily know what that would look like in terms of streaming, if you know what I mean. I don't necessarily know what that would look like, but I feel like that would be that would be the next step up for me, you know, in terms of making this stream as quality as I can make it, essentially. So that's kind of something I've been looking for. In the meantime, though, my mouth keeps just completely drying out because of this heat, so I keep having to pause my speech and have some water, which kind of causes a few seconds of awkwardness, I feel, for the viewer side, at least in this first just chatting bit of the stream, which has been, well, I mean, damn, we're over 20 minutes in already. Don't know either, but it sounds fun. I feel like it would be, Meek. I feel like it would be. I just need to know. I just kind of need to figure out how to actually get myself to do that. It's basically just a mental block that I need to figure out how to get rid of. You know what I mean? In the meantime, though, you're turning into a Magikarp. That's good. That's good. Honestly, I wish I was a Magikarp at this point, because at least I'd be able to just splash in the water. You know what I mean? It's with this heat, it could definitely use that. In any case, though, we also have a game to play tonight. That game is Kena Bridge of Spirits, which I've been having a lot of fun with. I added a couple of new things to the Crimson Artillery, by the way. A couple of new, no exclamation mark commands, but a couple of new timers that it should roll out every now and then. Not in the living room, but upstairs it's worse. Yeah, let me see what the thing says at the moment. It says 28. I know it's a little scoot, so in actuality it's probably 27. But that's still, please no. You know what I mean? That's just ridiculous. Hopefully it'll cool down soon. I have my window open. It hasn't done anything at all. I've had it open all day. It hasn't done the slightest bit. I feel like maybe we need like some sun blocking curtains or something on the front door. Maybe that would help a little bit. Because I feel like that's how a lot of heat is getting in here at the moment. In any case, though. In any case, we have Kena Bridge of Spirits to play. Before I get derailed again, I've been having a good time with this game so far. I will say, it's really fun. It's been over a week since I've played it, though. It's been well over a week since I've played it. So we're probably gonna spend the first couple of minutes, once we get into the game, just getting used to everything again, getting used to the controls, getting used to getting used to what the actual game is and whatnot. but I think we should be able to do that. The funny thing is, after tonight, it's gonna be well over a week again. It's gonna be like a week and a half or 2 weeks even until we play this game again because we have SNES week next week, which you can read about in the link that I put in the pinned message, by the way, for anyone who's curious, because that's of course the thing that we're gonna be starting next week. But yeah, Kena Bridge of Spirits, I probably need to get used to the controls again for a few moments. If I remember correctly, we're about to go into some kind of forest to help a mining person. I think that's what we're about to do. I'm not 100% sure on that though. I need to kind of catch up a little bit with myself before we get started here. But I think it's probably about time to get started, isn't it? Because we don't want to spend like the entire stream just in this scene, I would say. Although I do love myself some Super Mario World music. Which, speaking of which, by the way, not specifically Super Mario World, but speaking of which, anyone see that Donkey Kong trailer the other day? The Donkey Kong Bonanza one. That's 17 minutes long. Because genuinely, that game looks like it's gonna be. That looks like it's gonna be my game of the year this year, if it's as good as that trailer made it look. And I'm not even exaggerating. I would even go as far as maybe it being my game of the decade so far, if it's as good as that trailer makes it look. Because good lord, that trailer made it look. That trailer honestly made it look like it was made specifically for my tastes almost. They put the bad bits of, or they put the best bits, I should say, of Tears of the Kingdom, combined it with the best bits of Super Mario Odyssey, and then added some bits of Donkey Kong Country in as well. And to me, that's almost like that's almost what I would imagine if you were to tell me we're just making the ultimate video game of all time. You know what I mean? So I'm very excited to play that next month. I don't know if I'm gonna play that on stream yet, because I feel like that's gonna be the kind of game that I'm gonna be playing for 20 hours in the first weekend it releases. So it might not be a stream game right away, at least not for my first playthrough. But yeah, we will see about that next month, I guess. It kind of depends on how it ends up fitting schedule wise as well. But only time will tell for now. First, I need to play Kena, though, because if I don't even finish Kena by that time, then it's not even an option for stream, really, to be honest. So let's go play some Kena, then. You thought the same thing? You saw parts of all those games? Yeah, it really felt like Nintendo was trying to make the ultimate Nintendo game, in a way, which obviously I'm a huge fan of. So I'm gonna be checking that out as soon as it releases. And as soon as I possibly can. I'm currently waiting to see if they'll put a collector's bundle or something on the Nintendo store, because that's gonna be that would be something I would definitely want. So I'm waiting until that before I properly pre-order the game. Jokes on Fantasy Life, so you'll be playing that tonight. Fair enough, Meek. Fair enough. Honestly, if I wasn't streaming tonight, I probably would have done the same. In any case, though, speaking of which. Let me finally go here, because we have a game to play as well. How does this work again? Oh yeah, we arrow this, then we bomb that. We use bomb like that. It's just regular combat. That is also regular combat. Oh, we have some strong moves as well, if we want to. All right. I think I remember roughly how the controls work in this. So what do we do here? We need to. Oh, we have these three spots where we need to clear corruption. Fair enough. Let's start at this ancient well then, because I mean we're already there, so might as well. Ooh, wasn't able to make it up there. Like I said, I need to probably get the hang of this again a little bit. When we're just starting out tonight. Maybe I need to do this. Ah, yeah, that would work. Okay, perfect. And we're up here, which I think is where I need to be. How far along are you at this point, Meek, in Fantasy Life? Like, what chapter are you in? Do I need to do a thing with this? No, not quite. I have a warp here called Tower Entrance, apparently. Can't really see where that is, though. Is that just down here? I believe down there is just where I can go anyway. So that's likely not the solution to whatever it is that I'm currently trying to do. Whoops. That's unfortunate. Alright. Where am I even going here? I feel like I'm straying further and further away from my actual goal. You're in chapter... Oh, really, Meek? You're catching up to me, then. I feel like that's pretty close to where I am. I don't believe I've been here.
This was a sacred site, built by an ancient people to track the passage of the seasons.
Okay.
It's beautiful at sunset. Adira and I spent many afternoons resting in the shade of these ruins.
Resting in the shade of these ruins. I don't see a lot of shade here. I suppose there's some here. I suppose I need to climb further up somehow. See what's over this way first. Oh, is that a meditation spot? That's useful. I can always use the extra little bit of health. Okay, great. Thank you very much. And on we go. I see a lot of these little blocks that I should be able to bomb. Interesting. Are there going to be more of those? That's not gonna hit, is it? No. Maybe I can hit it by climbing up through here though. Yeah, that'll do the trick. That the last one? Yes, it is. Perfect. Now, what did we achieve by doing this? Did we just create a shortcut? I think that might be what this is, to be honest. Because if I go down here, wouldn't I just be in the same area that I was just in? Not quite, it seems. Well, we're fighting. All right. Anything else? Here they are. Hit everything, please. Not quite everything. I need to be careful. I'm kind of getting the hang of how the controls work again in this game. No. Come on now. See, this little section, by the way, is... Really? That's gonna help. This little section of the game is... kind of part of, like what's happening right now. It's part of what I mentioned with the whole, you know, being too filtered thing earlier. Because I feel like if I was playing this off stream, my reaction to a lot of this would have been way different, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm trying to achieve. At least for the most part. First of all, let me kill these guys without taking any damage. Would be nice if I could achieve that. That was unfortunate. Got a little bit lucky with hitting both of those shields, though. Is there not another one? Apparently not. I keep getting got by that attack. Here we go. Alright. How do I bait this thing? A lot of the combat in this game almost feels a little bit Dark Souls-esque, where you kind of need to figure out how to bait enemies into leaving an opening for you. You know what I mean? Not Dark Souls-esque in terms of difficulty, though. Hopefully this kills him. No, not quite. I need to be real careful here. I almost have him. But he almost has me as well. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit more risky than it needed to be honest. But we made it through. Well, I found another rot as well. One more until I get a level up. Hopefully that next level up is something that we end up getting today, at the very least. Is this the only way I can go from here? It kinda looks like it. Oh, there's a pathway over this way. Okay, that's good. For a second there, I thought my only option was gonna be to just jump into the abyss or something. I'll do this. I don't think that's gonna help me right now, actually, because it'll repair that bridge over there, but it doesn't really do much for me in the position I'm currently in, does it? Unless I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. What if I put the bomb on that bridge? Would that do anything? Because those are being highlighted as well. Oh no, it does the exact same thing. What's this here, though? I see. Oh no. That's unfortunate. Oh, really? My thought process there was maybe I could use those. Maybe I could use that rod to my advantage there. From a distance. First I gotta take these enemies out, though. More enemies just spawn when I do that. Okay. Can't take them up here still. But what did that actually achieve? Put some rod on here. Oh, I see, I see. Okay. Now we have some form of making progress. Okay, good. What do we get from this? Alright, I take it. That's called karma, right? I think that's the stuff that's referred to as karma. Weren't there enemies here, by the way? Not anymore, I suppose. Guess I can just jump this. Yeah, there we go. Can I jump this as well? Ooh, I can. Oh, enemies. I almost noticed them way too late. This one's being extremely aggressive. There we go, get out of here. Can I not get my wrath on that? Maybe I need to do whatever this is. Yeah, that'll help. And now we have that big center. Okay, perfect. Is this all part of that one same mission that I'm doing? I guess it is. Well, now this is opened up as well. Can I detonate it by shooting it? Yeah, I can. Not sure why I never thought to do that, to be honest. Which way do we want to go here? Looks like there's two potential ways to go, maybe? Or is there just nothing over this way? Yeah, never mind. It looks like there's just nothing this way. On we go. Mika, how have you been enjoying Fantasy Life, though? I'm assuming you're enjoying it based on what you've already said before. But still, can never assume, or can always assume too much, I guess. What I was trying to say. Not sure where I was going with that, to be honest. I shouldn't have put that elevator up though, without getting on it. Ooh, look at this. There we have our level up. Only level 3, which feels like not a very high level for how long we've been playing, to be honest. I can get a bunch of new upgrades actually. Should have been doing this more often. The next shield ability. Shooting a bound enemy, your arrow will split and damage nearby enemies. Okay. There's a quick drop bomb. Oh, so I guess you can use the bombs for combat as well. What's this? Press X while drawing your bow to create a rot-infused arrow. Okay, let's do that. This holds left trigger and right bumper, then press X to form a rot-infused bomb. Okay, let's use that as well. Having a great time with Fantasy Life? That's good, Meek. That's good. Glad to hear that. Gonna unlock this. I don't have the karma that I need here. Barely use the shield, so I'm not gonna upgrade this. Let me get the bomb multi-shot thing. So if I now do this... Huh, interesting. Look at them all floating around in here. Okay. Those are going to be interesting attacks. What do I do now that I'm up here, though? Based on my map, actually, I guess I did this thing already here, didn't I? I don't suppose this is what I really needed. There's enemies around here, so I should pay attention to those. Hit 3 enemies with a single multi-shot. Alright, I just did that completely on accident. That was an achievement I just got. That all of them? I don't think so. I don't think so. Is there anything Meek in particular that you're enjoying about that game? Oh, there's one up here. I guess this little bit of corruption, what I'm looking at right here, is going to be, yeah, this Rufus barn. That might be a good spot to venture to next. I was actually going to keep going. I see. Is this even the best way to get over there? I suppose it is, because the way past that bridge seems to be completely blocked off. Doesn't it? Well, I mistimed that pretty badly. Well, let me look over onto that bridge. Yeah, that's just completely blocked. I don't think there's much I can do there. He's just gonna rotate once again immediately? Oh. There we go. That's what I was trying to get to happen. Maybe this is the way to go. I was gonna go elsewhere first, but then I saw this in the corner of my eye, and I was like, that's gonna actually lead to the barn, isn't it? Or it just leads to the chest. It has a rot in it. Oh, we need 65 now to get to the next level up. The level ups don't go very quickly in this game, at least in terms of the rot. I guess I do need to go over there then. Because where else would I be able to go from here? I don't think there's anything I can do on this side, really. I suppose it's a good thing I checked that out first, though. And luckily that little turning thing just goes the other way when you shoot it from the other side. Couple of chests here. We're gonna get both of those, of course. In the meantime, it's warm enough in this room that I'm genuinely almost feeling like I have a fever or something. You know what I mean? It's that warm in here at the moment. Which I would imagine can't be the best for streaming purposes. But we will survive. It's gonna take more than that to keep me down. Really glad we have this bow ability because this is helping me a lot with enemy waves like this. There we go, got all of them. And it looks like we need to move some platforms around, maybe. That just gonna move both of them, or is that only gonna move one? I guess it's gonna move both of them, isn't it? All I really need to do is to find a way to get on top of this.
Right over there.
Oh, that's gonna work. Actually, is it gonna work? No. Wouldn't be able to get that all the way over here. All right. This is one that we'll need to figure out for a little moment here. Because what I could just do is bring this one
Over there.
all the way back here and then bring the other one close to it.
Right there.
Hi there, Catherine. How are you doing tonight? I guess if I just get on top of this, would I still be able to have the rod move it? Oh yeah, I would. Okay. So that's the solution. There we go. Thank you very much. How are you doing tonight, though, Catherine? Hope you're having a good one. Hope you're not getting cooked to life like I am right now with this heat. Is that a new code, Catherine, or is that the same one that you sent to me the other day? It's new. Ooh, I'm gonna have to look into that later as well. Kinda curious to what that's gonna give. Ooh, I got sneak attacked by this person here. I think, Catherine, what Meek is asking is where you get those codes from. I assume I'm assuming you're just finding them through Discord some way or another, right? Oh, by the way, yeah, that's one of the new things I put in the Crimson Artillery. Since I always put song titles, essentially, or I reference song titles in my stream titles. You take these smaller ones out, so that I can properly focus on the one in the middle here. To celebrate 1 million copies sold. Oh, I see. Nice, nice. Are we about to have a boss fight here? Is that what's going on? Divine Knight. Okay. Well, let's fight it, I suppose. It didn't seem to care much about the attack that I just tried to pull. I'm having trouble getting consistent hits on these weak spots. Oh, I got really lucky there. I could have died really easily. How did that end up hitting me? The rod arrow attack in there. Ah, really? These enemies, they don't pull any punches, do they? I guess this is where I came from, so I need to go back this way again. And I guess I just have that same bit of combat happening once again. Have a go at this one more time. Did more things just spawn? Yeah, there they are. I remember there being 2 of those. Yeah, there's the other one. Basically, who's Tom Nook Meek? Or is that something that you redeemed on the thing? Because if that's the case, then I'm definitely gonna have to check that out in a bit. Oh, I see. Our Rod Hammer works well against this. Yeah, I sent those to Meek, Catherine, that's right. I think we did that when we were in the hotel the night before Into the Grave started. That Rod Hammer is really strong against this. There we go, nice, that's much better. Didn't even need to use the healing thing. But yeah, you're referring to the ones, Catherine, that give like potions and whatnot, right? And a bunch of materials, and there was all kinds of stuff in there.
This is where we built our ox. He started as
Your
a
ox,
simple
huh?
concept, a way for us to work the fields and improve our crops.
Okay, interesting.
But he became so much more. It's no surprise the dearest spirit has latched onto him.
Is that going to be the boss fight that we fight in a little bit then? At the end of this little chapter. Maybe. Maybe. There's also one of those tears that I should be able to find here. Where could that be? Oh, here we go. Could this potentially lead to that tier? Because I would kind of want to do that first before we move on from this area. Oh, look at this. Find ourselves another rod. I don't think I necessarily want to be away from this yet. Because of this, usually those actual tiers are pretty close by, right? Or aren't they? Oh, I guess this is where we get back. So maybe I should go this way then. I'm gonna pause the game here real quick though, because we're about to get an ad break. So I'm gonna have a short break here for a few minutes, which I feel like is warranted after that boss fight, honestly. So we're gonna do that real quick. Everyone, stay tuned because we're gonna be doing some more Kena after it. I'll get hydrated, especially hydrated with this heat, and stretch your legs and whatnot. And I will be back. I will be back in a few short minutes. So thanks in advance for sticking with us. And I will see you. I will see you very soon. All right, be right back. All right, and we are back. Let me open up the game here right away. If it wants me to. There we go. Well, let me minimize something. There we go. So during that break, Nick did show me that Fantasy Life costume that they put in. It's genuinely it's just Tom Nook. There's I don't even know how else to describe it. It's literally just Tom Nook. So what Meek was saying earlier, it's accurate, to be honest. It's accurate. I'm messing up that jump for absolutely no reason. Try that again. Whoops. Did that just insta-kill me? Did me falling there insta-kill me because because the rock fell on top of me? Is that what happened there? Alright. Well, now we know that that's the thing that can happen. Okay. With that information, we just continue on. Where does this even lead? Does this just lead to the same spot that we would have ended up in? Yeah, it does. Surely there's an actual reason to be up there, right? I want to go up there one more time. Just to see. In that break that we took, I also attempted to cool my body down a little bit by just drinking something really cold. It honestly didn't really help much. But at least I tried, right? I guess all you really do up here is get this rod that's up here. I figured there would be more to this, but apparently not. Which does leave me wondering how I would end up activating that one tier. Oh, here I have a warp to activate at least. Yeah, I really would like to activate that tier. Let me just look around there a little bit more. Maybe there's something here. Oh, look at this. There is something here. Okay, perfect.
Over there.
Gonna put that right in here. This is a pretty, like, most of the time, this is a pretty chill game to play, to be honest. It becomes a little bit less chill when you have some pretty intense boss fights that it throws at you every now and then. But other than that, a lot of this game is just kind of you're just kind of cruising around and just seeing what checking out all the things you can do. You know what I mean? One of the many ways that this game is very Zelda-like, I would say. In the meantime, Crimson Artillery flooding the chat. One of the reasons I got rid of the Pokemon thing, to be honest, because Crimson Artillery already does it all by himself. Even when I have the message minimum set up for it, it still happens sometimes. Which isn't quite ideal. But I don't really know how I would solve that issue. There's more that I could do with that rod, with that rod there, right? I don't know what my voice was doing. Ah, yeah, I suppose there's this. I keep forgetting what the point is of these little farming things that appear every now and then. Oh, I guess we get some karma for it. That's good. Next Monday we do start SNES week though, so that is a useful thing for the bot to plug. Where do we go from here though? Yeah, I suppose we just want to go straight to the watchtower over there. Is that just this thing over here that I'm looking at? No, that's the tower that I was at before. So the watchtower would be a little bit further this way. I don't really see any towers that I would classify as a watchtower here, to be completely honest. Maybe that's just me, though. I'm hearing combat. Yeah, there it is. Ooh, took that guy out quite swiftly with that rod arrow. These bits of combat all feel like they should be pretty doable. However, every now and then they do end up getting the better of me almost on accident. I guess in cases like this, there's just a lot of enemies happening at once. But look at these, like, Zamtrios looking things from Monster Hunter. I was wondering why they looked familiar to me. Now I finally figured it out. What? Why did these little guys keep spawning? Come on now. Is this just the same one that keeps respawning over and over again? It almost seems like it. I think I just want to focus on this big guy because I think he's the reason that more stuff keeps spawning. Yeah, I think this is a repeat of that one boss fight that we had not too long ago. Now we need to be really careful though. Okay, got some healing. Desperately needed that. Really? These spawns are so aggressive. I'm almost a little unsure on if I'm going to be able to make this fight. Because look at how they just surround me sometimes. Just gonna use the rod here. Please take him out. Yes, okay, good. That was exactly what we needed to do there, I suppose. There's another one of those tiers here that we should be able to activate somehow. Oh, is that just this? It is just this. That works for me. Oh, is that what I need to open up the gateway to the middle here? That watchtower. I see what they mean now by watchtower. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Get all of these little bits. I don't know if I really need to do that, to be honest. But I might as well. Never know where some new rot might be hiding. Ooh, look at this. I'm gonna release that for a second, because how do I get to that tower? I think I have an idea. Now I can just use the rod to get rid of these little bits here. Not gonna get me up there. Not quite, I don't think. There's something here that I need to be slightly different. Or maybe what I need is just for both of these to be activated at once. How am I going to manage that, though? Let me try one by one. Another time. There's something I'm missing here. Could there be another set of those rocks, maybe? That we can activate somewhere. I'm gonna do a quick safety save before I end up getting taken out by those rocks again. Maybe I can take my rod all the way. My voice today, come on. Maybe I can take my rod all the way over here. Doesn't quite look like I can do that. I guess I can just do this, can't I? My voice still seems to be lingering from Into the Grave After Effects, maybe. Okay, that does nothing. What if I maybe... Ah, there we go. That's the trick. Okay, fair enough. I just need to do the earth thing there. I didn't even realize that was a thing that I could do to jump from flower to flower like that. But I think we now just need to go back to the to that center area there. I gotta say, the more I play this game, the more I feel like, why didn't I play this game before, you know what I mean? Because it feels like such a no-brainer that this would be the kind of game that would be right up my alley. Did I just spawn a boss? Find Adira's Ox Relic. This is gonna end up being a boss, isn't it?
Rufus, you're okay. I can't
Rufus,
believe it.
it's called. Okay.
How are you doing, big guy?
Is that good? Is that bad? Is that... I don't know how I'm supposed to be taking this.
Easy there, old friend. I'm happy to see you too.
Looks like it was good, though.
This is Kana. She's here to help Adira.
Oh, it is Kana.
You may look rough, but
I keep thinking it's Kina, but it's Kana. Good evening there, Professor. If I'm lucky, it's a man. That would be fun, to be honest. I feel like that would be a good time. How are you doing though today? Hope you're having a good one so far.
Powered to dust, but Rufus here is still chugging along. Let's go find another relic.
I see. I suppose we're not that fortunate though. Oh, we did get a couple of rods for it. That's good. Where do we go next? Search the forge for Adira's second relic. Okay, we have the forge entrance here. And I guess this is where we're gonna end up once we enter. Fair enough, fair enough. Makes sense. I wish there was a mini-map in this game. So that I could see a little bit better what direction I'm going in without having to hit minus and go into the map all the time. We will make it there, though. Not that big of a problem. It will be if I jump like that, though. I guess if I take a left turn here and then go right, that should be what gets us over there. What's this gonna lead me to, though? Some enemies, apparently. Oh, really? It's the weak spot. That all that did? I guess it did get me a little bit of extra karma, but still. This house gonna have an entrance from somewhere, isn't it? It's on the other side. Because there's a removable board there that we can remove from the inside. Ooh, I see.
Over there.
We have a hat card, that's good. And there's a gear over there, which is kind of what I was looking for. And a challenge chest. I'm kind of assuming that this challenge, this cursed chest, that's what it was called, is going to be what leads me to that tier. Where are all the enemies at, though? Oh, there's one down there. And there's one up here now. Hello. Kinda blindsided me there for a bit. But I'm prevailing. Even if they do manage to sneak up on me from behind a lot, apparently, in this challenge. Okay, 4 down, 4 to go. Here's one. Ooh, the last one is a big one. Gonna have to save my big attacks for that one. I was kind of hoping that would have been a one-shot, to be honest. But it's not even close. That's gonna miss. Oh, it still hits slightly. Unfortunate. At least we get a decent respawn for that. I'm definitely assuming that this chest is gonna give us this tier. Because how else would you get that, right? There's gonna be an enemy up here that's gonna try to blindside me. Or maybe not. I'm mostly just trying to preserve my big attacks. Or when that bigger enemy appears. Which is right now. I like how they can friendly fire each other. That helps me out a little bit. Ooh, that was still very much a full hit. There we go. Having that Rob Burst really does wonders for me in this game so far. Oh, it gets us a hat. Okay. Not quite what I was hoping for, to be completely honest. Because where do we get the tier that we put in this? Unsure, to be honest. I think I might potentially need that to be able to get into this forge entrance as well. Now that I think about it. Or don't I? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Let's see what the new stuff is, though. We don't have any of these. Get that. Let me get that. I just buy one of everything at this point, really, when we have this. There we go. I really do feel like this tier that I could potentially find here gonna be what leads me to progress, because otherwise I would go here and I would maybe go this way. Or is this just the entrance that I'm looking for?
Oh, you made it. The path is blocked, but I'm sure Rufus can help.
Rufus can help, okay. Well, I suppose that'll work as well. Seem to be having some trouble getting up here, though. Maybe it's not in the best way, in the best shape of its life. I'll take it, though. I'll take it. All right, thank you very much. I guess since I can't really find where that tier is right now, we're just going to continue this way. Oh, hello there. See you later. Need to be careful with these little bomb enemies. Because I'm pretty sure trying to attack those directly is just gonna be a bad idea. Oh, I see what's going on here. Didn't react to that quickly enough. A lot of these ways to get rot almost kind of feel like the Korok puzzles in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, don't they? Which I guess makes sense. I feel like this game probably took a lot of inspiration from those games. Well, from specifically Breath of the Wild, I guess. Since Tears of the Kingdom wasn't out at the time. What do I do here? I don't want to go to the other side of this because there's things there. But how do we manage to do that? This flower isn't opening up for us. Unless maybe I need to stand like right here or something. No, that doesn't really seem to do the trick. Alright. Just jump down here then. Because I would be pretty sure that that's the path to progress. Or is it?
There.
That's a path to something at least. Because we found another rod as well. Got some combat going immediately here. Pretty doable, that one, though. I have no idea if this is where the way I need to go story-wise. I'll be completely honest. I feel like it might be, though. Get these going again. Ah, and then the flower here opens up. Well, that doesn't help. Whoops. And on we go. Another two-way split in the path here. I think going to the right is the way we need to go. And I made a good choice going this way first.
Hello.
Other rod found. Ooh, look at this. We take those. I like how the game, like, it kind of slowly drip feeds all these abilities to you. which is a good. I didn't need to do that. Which is a good way to keep things fresh. It doesn't help if I accidentally backtrack for no reason, though. Let me actually go the correct way this time. Got another bridge that I could hopefully repair by bombing this. It's a pretty crazy thing, isn't it? You repair bridges by bombing things. In this game. How do I get up there, though? I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I cheesed it there. Oh yeah, I guess that's what I was supposed to do. You know what? I'll take it. We're about to have a big fight here, aren't we? There's 2 healing flowers. So there's gonna be a significant fight. Stone Guardian. That was a bad roll, apparently. Really, with that. I guess I need to get to his back somehow. Nothing I seem to be able to do right now seems to actually damage this. Maybe if I throw a bomb. Yeah, that did actually seem to do something. Heal up a bit, though. Yeah, bombing did seem to do something. Now I just need to be able to capitalize on it. There we go, slow and steady. Even though there's a good chance that I'll have to retry this. Because it keeps spawning smaller enemies in a pretty aggressive way. And then that happens. And we have to completely restart the battle, basically. Let's try again, though. Skip this, I suppose. Immediately got me with a pretty big attack there. So I guess if you hit it in one of the weak spots, it'll get rid of some of the armor permanently. So that does help. I'm kind of getting into a spot though where it's becoming a little difficult. To uncover new weak spots. Also noticing that if I just kind of walk around a lot, and it becomes less likely to get hit. Helps. I was trying to bait him into hitting his own people there. As you can see, it didn't quite work that time. Doesn't seem to be spawning new ones as often though. Oh, I spoke too soon. I very much spoke too soon. Alright. We get some healing here. So I've almost seemingly reached a point where bombing doesn't really do much anymore. Oh, but I can regularly attack it now. Yeah, that helps a lot. It really helps a lot. Getting hit in silly ways doesn't help though. What just happened there? What was that insanity there for a moment? It just did some like AoE spam or something at me. Because I seemingly just got hit 3 or 4 times in a row with an AoE attack. Alright. Best I can do is just try again, I suppose. Really? The bosses in this game feel like every now and then they decide to be really aggressive and every now and then they just decide to not be. You know what I mean? I don't know, maybe that doesn't make sense at all, but that's how it feels to me. Too late. Ooh, did I hit it? I think I did. Let's rod hammer it. There we go. Almost have it. Nice, nice. It didn't even do that crazy attack that it did last time. Had to focus there for a moment. It was a tough boss. Oh, is that one of the relics? That hammer? I think it might be. Yeah, it is. Well, we get another achievement for it as well. And a couple of rot. Where do we go next? Find a way into the village heart caves. We would need to go all the way over here then. If I'm understanding that correctly.
I found my tools. Just where I left them. They should come in handy.
Ah, that's good. Although I'm pretty sure she's just a spirit as well.
I found my tools. Just where I left them. They should come in handy.
I don't know how particularly useful that's going to end up being. What's this in here? Is that a meditation spot? It kind of looks like one, doesn't it? How do I get in there? Not from any of the sides. Tell you that much. Ooh, I'm gonna be able to get in there from up above. How do we get up above? Is the next question. I'm unsure. Let's see what we want to talk about here first.
When our land began to struggle, I left to search for supplies. My journey took me far across the sea. Adira stayed behind to made her promise to move on without me if I didn't make it back. The villagers would need her help to build a new home. It must have been hard for her, not knowing my fate.
Fair enough, fair enough. Okay. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I don't think this is necessarily where I would want to go. Not right away, at least. What do we have here? Some money, I'll take it. I need to find a way to get on top of these buildings. Is there a potential way to do it from here? Doesn't really look like it. Simply breaking in isn't an option either. To be fair, I don't think that's been an option at any point throughout the game. But you can always try, right? I feel like I'm definitely missing something in this particular spot. In fact, I was. Because we have a way to climb here, nice. There we go. Because we can always use those bits of extra health. And then we just get out of here. Okay, now I think we can move on to whatever's next, which I suppose is just going down this this staircase here. Or whatever it was that was here. Was it a staircase or was it a ramp? I guess it's a staircase. Quite a few things going on in here as well. If only the rod could jump. Oh, I see a solution to this, potentially. Yeah, look at this. Nice. I don't know what that does. But that surely leads to something. Or it leads to the water going up. Ooh, interesting. I guess that means I can just swim to the other side of this now. Or does it? I suppose it does. That's another hat, I'm assuming. Oh, it's a charm stone. That's good, because those are useful as well. What's this then? That's another charm stone. Oh, it's spirit mail. How do we actually progress, though? Because those are all just dead ends. They're way further down from here. Doesn't really look like it. Didn't quite hit what I was trying to hit there. More like it, but that doesn't really do much for me. I think that's just one of the spots that I was in before, isn't it? If I go back up here, it looks like there's maybe an elevator here.
Right over there.
Ah, look at this. Okay, that's what we needed. Alright, I'll take that. And that, I suppose, would just put me right on the path to where we need to be next. Which I guess is over this way. Do I want to go to this point on the map first? I suppose so, because I'm not sure what else I would do. That blue spot on the map seemed to kind of just be in a bit of an unobtainable spot. Or like an unreachable spot, I should say. However, we can't go up this because of the ramp, so that's not really reachable as well at the moment. Maybe I do continue on this way. Some stuff around here to discover as well. Gonna take all of these people out. There we go.
Over there.
What's this gonna lead to? Another rod. Nice, nice. How many are we at with that now? 47. And we continue on this way. There's another bit of karma up there. At least I assume that's going to give me karma. Yeah, there it is. Oh, and the rot as well. Wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I'm glad I checked it out. I guess it really can be anywhere in the game. And then I think it's safe to believe that that cave over there might be where I'm supposed to go next. Is there anything interesting over here, though? Actually, this is that other quest point that was being displayed there. I'm not really sure if there's anything I can do here right now, though. Well, there is this. Another bit of spirit mail, I'll take it. There's a cursed chest up there as well. Might as well give it a shot, right? "15 enemies before the timer runs out." Okay, I'm already being way too slow here, I think. But it seems unlikely that I'm gonna get this here. I'm definitely not gonna get this here. Hi there, Scuffs. How are you tonight? I feel like if I just went a little bit more aggressive at it in the beginning of that, this would have been a possible thing. So let's have another go at that. Same as usual. Fair enough, Scuffed. Fair enough. I might as well do this. At least you have the card thing tomorrow, though, don't you? To look forward to. Yeah, at least this way we don't spend the first 15 seconds not fighting anything. So the pace is still way too slow. Especially if one of the enemies just starts to be in a completely different realm. Surprisingly, this isn't going to end up being much better than that first attempt. Got to 12 in the end. Let's try that one more time. And after this next attempt, we're going to have another quick break again. Because we're getting another ad break. I'm having one more attempt at this. I think it's really aggressive to just be as aggressive as possible with the first couple of them. Because that's definitely going to help out with the rest of them as well. This is a bad run, though, because I'm doing too many of them one by one. Which doesn't help. Honestly, that ended up being really close. We got to 14 there because of those rot attacks. However, for now, I'm gonna have to take a short break because of the outbreak that I mentioned a little bit ago. So let's all hydrate, stretch our legs and whatnot, and I'll be back in a few short minutes. So BRB, I will see you in a bit. All right, and we are back. Let me get into the game here real quick. Can you work with me, please? There we go. All right. So let's continue. I'm not going to keep trying this because we're going to be here all day. But as I was going to say, I don't think we're going to go to the full 3-hour mark tonight. Just because it's just way too warm, to be honest. It's just way too warm. Ooh, nice scuff, nice. Is it a good offer as well? Or is it or is it still low? Higher than expected, really nice. What's that saying? Something about the rich getting richer? I'm joking, of course. That's good though, that's good. How old is it in my room? About 28-ish at the moment. Very fun. Very fun indeed. But I mean, to be fair, it would have been even worse if I didn't have the amount of isolation that I have up here.
Working, so you should be able to activate this door.
Okay, that sounds good. Didn't seem to do a ton though. Yeah, right, Scuffs, right. I'm missing something somewhere. But there's something up there that I need. Whoops. I keep forgetting that that's the thing that can happen.
Okay, I've got the plate working, so you should be able to activate this door.
But yeah, I had some potential solutions in mind that could maybe help a little bit. But I don't know, I need to have like a proper look into it first. Come on with that. I'm just gonna have to wait for this to go back down. Why did that bomb explode that way? There we go, that's what I wanted. Ooh, is that a hat or is that a relic? Oh, a charm stone. That's what it is. So from the looks of it, it looked like there might be some of this going on. I mean, the problem with that scuffed is that I don't really have a good way to hook that up in this room. Because I need to be able to get the tube to go outside somewhere, but I don't really have a good option for that in here. So that's kind of the issue that I'm having at the moment with it. Also, what am I missing in here? Whoops. Because one would think if I just detonate this and then this one on the other side, that should just be it, right? But it seems to miss something over there on the right. Maybe this will help? Oh, that actually did help. There's air conditioners without the hose. I've never really looked into it that much. I should honestly research that. Preferably this week, because, you know, don't want to wait too long with it. The Village Heart. Yeah, that's true, Scott. But what's better? But like doing it now or and during an entire summer of non-stop heat. You know what I mean? Where do we go from here? Do we just go down? I suppose this is where I needed to go. Well, I guess I didn't have much of an option there on where to go. You see, the annoying thing is we do have an AC unit. Like a portable AC unit. But there's just no good way to hook it up in here. It's kind of the problem. Because I don't have anywhere to put the hose. Do I go this way? Maybe. Now this is where I came from, I think. Isn't it? I will want to go this way instead. It's a little bit confusing down here, especially since I don't really have him. Did I just backtrack to where I came from again? My camera had a little moment back there, so that must have been what happened. Yeah, this is where I need to go. I hope, at least. Yeah, it definitely looks like it. Let me climb up this first before I bomb those things. That does not lead me to anywhere I want to be honest. Are you talking about the car scuffed, or are you talking about something else? The car, I see, I see. You'd need to figure out a way to get both cars, like you need to drive with two cars though, wouldn't you? Feed the wood knight. Oh, hello. Or take the train. Is that a good is that an easy route to take for from where you live? Because I imagine the most you have there is like a bus in that town, right? I guess I'd do well trying to get the rod hammer in there, but it's not really letting me. There we go. Alright, that worked. Simple enough. A mouse mask. Okay, I'll take it. Ooh, is there scuffed? I didn't know that. That's pretty convenient. I wish I had more of those here in my city. Because I still feel like the, a lot of the public transport connections that we have here should be way better, to be honest. Especially with how actively they're trying to discourage car usage. What's all this then? I think we just kinda have to run through here. Since it's kind of hard to see down here as well. But I guess, yeah, if that's the case, take the extra 100. Oh, look at this. Yeah, that is true, Scuff, but the problem with that is that essentially makes every single ride take twice as long. Which heavily discourages me to use public transport. Which is a little bit unfortunate. Then again, I have a car, so for me it doesn't really matter that much. But still. So let's get this. Not known for being the faster option anyway. Yeah, that is true. That is true, but at least they could try to make it somewhat close. To be fair, there are some cases where public transport actually is quicker. Those are pretty rare. Like there's one in my city. There's one single case in my city where I can think of public transport being genuinely better. For you this Saturday? For me, it wouldn't make much of a difference if I took the car versus if I... Oh, look at this thing. Well, either. Okay. For me, it wouldn't make much of a difference if I took the car or if I took the train. And the car is just a lot more convenient for me, especially if I end up buying things over there at Comic-Con. How do I deal with this? Do I just fight him with the rod? Is that what we do? That did seem to deal some damage at least. Keeps attacking me as soon as I am able to get the rod though. How much damage does the rod hammer do? Quite a lot, as it turns out. Yeah, the parking cost is pretty hefty. I will admit that. For me, the big consideration is still if I want to like bring home a statue with me or anything like that, then I would still prefer just being there by car. No matter the details, you know what I mean? There we go, got that guy down. Yeah, I suppose so, Scuffed. I suppose so. I don't know. I have the parking ticket now anyway, so I'm just gonna take the car no matter what on Saturday. Where do I use my light thing from here? It's one of these situations. There we go. One of them. That's not what I need to do there. That's better. I guess it just kind of needs to line up a little. But yeah, I suppose for me it's just mostly a convenience thing. I just don't really deal with public transport very well. And I know that when I take my car, I can just basically do whatever I want whenever I want. And that to me just kind of outweighs most other things, you know what I mean? That even gonna hit? Oh yes it is. Our right stick is a little bit too sensitive for moments like that. It seems. But I guess to be fair, that probably is just something I can edit in the game settings, but still. Yeah, that's true, Scuffs. For me, I would still need to take like the bus to the central station, which basically adds like an extra 20 minutes to the whole thing. Plus, yeah, like you say, buses are not fun at all. So that doesn't help. It's one of those buses that also like only goes twice an hour. So you kind of have to get, especially on the way back, you really have to get lucky with the timing that you end up being in. So by the time I'm in the central station in my city with the bus, I would already be at Comic-Con. Well, not quite, but I would almost be at Comic-Con by car. You know what I mean? So that makes a huge difference as well. Oh, it's one of these guys. Did I just accidentally dodge that bomb with the rod thing? I guess I did. Alright, it's like 30, 40 minutes. Yeah, for me it's like 20, 25. Depending on traffic. That's a pretty big difference. For me, it's like 20, 25-ish minutes, depending on traffic, and using public transport, I would be on my way for nearly an hour, basically. Because of the whole bus thing being a part of it. If the bus wasn't if the bus wasn't a factor, then it would be about equal, I would say. In fact, then train, I guess, would be slightly faster. We're about to have ourselves a boss fight here, aren't we? This looks like there's going to be a boss fight, at least. Or maybe not. If I jump into this, then that's just death, almost. This is an interesting little sector here. Do I now just need to do the same thing on the other side? I guess so. That doesn't end up opening the one in the middle, though. Oh, but it makes the floor safe to walk on. Ah, I see, okay. That makes sense. Get rid of these enemies. I would find it pretty safe to assume that a boss is going to end up appearing here sooner or later. Or just a very aggressive enemy, apparently. Okay, that hit, that's honestly kind of lucky. That's going to be a complete miss. I actually still hit a little bit. As long as it stays a 1v1, we should be fine, to be honest. Did he just heal himself? Oh no. Dangerous situation here. This is a tough enemy to deal with. There more healing around? Doesn't look like it, unfortunately. I kind of wish that would have stunned him for a little bit. That would have been useful. Admittedly, I got a little lucky there, I will say. But I'll take it. Nah, I wouldn't go that far, Scuffs. I wouldn't go that far. It's broken, so that's good. Is that the village heart that I'm seeing in front of me here, then? Oh, look at what's going on over here. That looks dangerous, to say the least. Can I make this? Yes, I can.
The force used to pull this apart must have been
I see. continue making our way over. Do I just jump over that a bunch of times? Is that what this is gonna be? What's this? Oh no. Am I safe in this spot? Looks like I am. There's a lot of atmosphere in this game, isn't there? Which I haven't mentioned much yet, but there really is. Ooh, almost got hit there. At least it looked like I almost got hit. Hopefully this is not just gonna suddenly go away on me. Apparently that's not where I'm supposed to go. Okay, noted. I want to try and get to that heart though. What do I do there then? Oh, I see. Oh, Trow, I didn't notice that before. We're about to have a big fight here, aren't we? At least that's what I would assume happens here. Oh, we can just get rid of that corruption right away. Find Adira's Village Heart's Relic is the achievement that I just got. Alright. Nice, nice. We take those. What's going on here then? Are we about to get some story exposition, maybe? Can't quite tell, to be honest. Relic discovered? Village Heart. That's nice. I got a bunch of rods as well. So I guess that means we're nearly done with this chapter of the game then, doesn't it?
I found the relic, but the village heart was gone.
It all makes sense now. She must have moved mountains to transport the village heart. If anyone could find a way, it would be Adira.
I'll return.
I suppose that makes
to the
sense.
tower. Thank you for your help, Hannah. I know it's hard to revisit the past.
I'm glad you've come, Kana. I believe you can help her find peace. Be careful.
So is that all the relics that we've... Whoops, is that we found then? Yeah, I guess because now we just go here to free her. I guess we can just do that real quick. Since it looks like it's just a straight line over there. So it shouldn't take too much time. I can't believe how impressive this game looks for the fact that it's an indie developed game from like a bunch of years ago. Oh yeah, no one's guessed what the song and artist are that I'm referencing tonight in the title. Does anyone have any ideas? I mean, obviously I know. So this is going to be a similar cutscene to the one that we had with those children, then, isn't it? I would assume, at least. Something's happening with this mountain, or with this tree, whatever this is. Where am I even now? I guess we're just trying to climb up again. Where do I go here, though? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, look at this. I was missing something. And further up we go. Almost like a lighthouse, this, in a way. Hello. We're about to fight her, aren't we? Yeah, that's exactly what's about to happen. Alright, let's bring it. Corrupt Woodsmith. It does seem that I need to do something about whatever this in the middle here is. There we go. Got some good hammer damage in with the rot hammer. So many of these AoE attacks. Boss going crazy on me. Making our way through, though. Give me that healing. I'm really glad I have the flying thing. Or not the flying thing, but like the floating thing. This right here, because that helps a lot, to be honest. Oh, what's it doing? There's a second phase. There is a second phase. Was able to do a good bit of damage there, though. That wasn't as good. Oh, it's the second phase. Yeah, I suppose that's true in games like this, isn't there? Also, good evening, High King Lemur. How are you doing tonight? Oh, there's more of this. We gotta be careful. Well, that's unfortunate. I didn't see that extra enemy that spawned there. But at least I have something of an idea on what to do now, right from the get-go. Whoops, shot the wrong thing. To be fair there, Lemur, it's not just the British saying it, because here in the Netherlands it's crazy hot as well over here. So I can relate. Already took a couple of unnecessary hits there, truth be told. Don't want to cook the ordered pizza. Honestly, that's fair with this weather. Oh, no. Every now and then the camera decides to randomly focus on an enemy that I don't want it to focus on. My day's been good so far. Thank you for asking. Despite the heat that's been going on all day, obviously, it's been okay. It's been a pretty standard day for the most part. Did have a little bit of bad luck earlier in the day with work because the door didn't work anymore. So I ended up having to basically work from home as a backup, even though I was already at the office. Well, I'll never complain about working at home. So it's still a little annoying thing to deal with, you know what I mean? Okay, into phase 2 we go. I take some immediate bits of damage as well. Those AoE attacks are hard to deal with. That was a strong hit, though. Is this where it spawns more things? Yeah, it is. Which apparently makes it very easy to blindside me. Yeah, honestly, Lemur, the bosses in this game are pretty tough. Tougher than I initially expected from a game like this. Need to be really careful here now as well. Well, of course, as soon as I say that. course, as soon as I say that, it takes me out. Yeah, this game has some tough fights. Really, with that, you're just gonna hit me out of my fast thing? I really have a feeling that that sometimes the bosses in this game just decide to play dirty for a bit. You know what I mean? That's so scuffed. Is that so? Unnecessary bits of damage there, I will admit. Camera sometimes kind of randomly focuses on the smaller enemies for no real apparent reason. Yeah, I think we're about to get into the second phase again. Yeah, there we go. So far, so good. You see, when it decides to do that, I don't really know how to dodge it in a consistent way. Other than maybe just being far away. That helps us. Yeah, just as soon as it jumps up, I just need to go away. Whoops. Luckily, I was able to get that healing in time. Yeah, the basic attack doesn't really do a lot of damage, Scuffed, you're right. Especially when he can just decide to do that to me sometimes. Ah, really? We're getting closer, though. We're getting closer. Okay, solid start there. I keep getting got by that, though. My camera randomly deciding to focus on one of the smaller enemies. Ending up getting me to take a hit. That's happening a lot in this fight. Which isn't ideal. Would prefer to get through the first phase without needing to to heal. Because we only get 2 heals in this fight. What even hit me there? Is that the AoE, even though I was still in the air? I think it was, to be honest. Okay, needed that hit. Yeah, now I just need to roll away. Okay, I'm starting to figure out how to properly dodge that jump attack that he does. Get that last bit of rot. He just decided to pummel you there. That's kind of what happens sometimes in this game. I don't really know what causes it. That's why I wouldn't compare these bosses to Souls bosses. Because Souls bosses don't just decide that it's over sometimes, you know what I mean? Which it seems like this one is doing as well. Maybe that's just me, though. Some attacks are still instant. Yeah, but those attacks, like, are those the kind of attacks where the boss just decides, well, I'm just gonna pummel you no matter what? Because that's kind of what it feels like this boss does sometimes, and all the bosses in this game really sometimes. You know what I mean? Although that attack I should have just dodged. To be fair, but still. Get that, please. Okay, I was able to get through phase 1. You know what I mean, Scuffs, you know what I mean. I was able to get through phase 1 without needing the heals, which is good. Those arrow shots do seemingly 0 damage to this guy. Which isn't ideal. There are certain attacks that it really loves to spam sometimes. I'm glad that fire didn't seem to bother my character much, though. Ooh, that was good timing on that Wrath Hammer. Somehow that misses every time I do it. The kind of ground pound-esque attack. Please let this be it. Almost. We're done now, right? Yeah, we are. All right, good. Thank you for that, Scuff. Let me pause something here real quick. There we go. Oh, actually, because of that boss fight, we actually did end up making it pretty close to the 3-hour mark tonight. That's good. Hello to you.
The ancient people who settled here were drawn to the mountain shrine. But they didn't fully understand its potential.
I see.
Hana and I found a way to focus the scattered energy of the mountain. I thought it would last for generations. But the village heart started to fade.
Yeah, there was a boss that we had earlier tonight that had a similar just, I'm gonna pummel you no matter what attack. And one time, it just decided not to do that. And then it was suddenly just over really quickly.
Hana left to search for food and supplies to save our village. I watched her go that morning knowing I would never leave our home without her. Weeks turned to months, and she did not return. We tried everything to help restore balance, but nothing worked.
You tried burning down your entire crop?
Lost, but I couldn't leave Hana behind. I had to help her find her way back. So, I started to build.
That ox does seem very useful. It would have been fun if we could use that as a mount somehow in this game. Unless that's maybe still to come, but I don't expect it, to be honest. Oh, is this that around that part where we were just at a little bit ago? A little unsure on what the idea is behind all of this, to be honest. Ah, yeah, that's gonna be it for her, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think she's gonna be able to salvage this situation. Really strong, though. That was some strength on display to just catch that giant boulder like that. And then apparently be fine afterwards. Alright. That's some superhuman strength going on right there.
I could not accept what I knew in my heart to be true. Somehow I felt leaving would make me forget her. The life we shared would slip away. That fear blinded
see.
me, and I tore apart everything we created.
I've lost someone too, and the thought of forgetting them scares me. But I've met Hana, and I know your love is strong. Even after all these years, what you built together is still a part of the land. Your bond will never be broken.
Yeah, this just basically ends up being a very similar bit of story as the one with the children from a while ago. Where it's basically a spirit that's losing someone important, and they need to kind of try and find their other spirit back to make peace with all that's happened. We defeated the corrupted woodsmith, though, which happened like 10 minutes ago at this point. But I guess we had to watch all those cutscenes first to get everything. Let's do this meditation here. And then I think this is where we're going to call it for tonight. Let me save here real quick. And let us exit out of the game right here. There we go. This is going to be where we are going to call it, like I said. I actually did end up making it to the 3-hour mark. Which I wasn't planning to, but hey, here we are, you know. Here we are. I'll take it. In any case, though, thank you very much to everyone who watched tonight. Really appreciate it, as always. Thank you to This Is an Owl for the 10 months earlier, the resub. Always appreciate those as well, obviously. It's been fun. It's been fun. I'm enjoying this game a lot. I'm having a good time with it. Tomorrow we will be back, of course, with Breath of the not Breath of the Wild, with Tears of the Kingdom, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Let me put the Discord in there real quick for those who are who might want to join. I post regular updates there about stream-related things, about life-related things. So if you're interested in that, feel free to join. Thank you for the GG scuffed. And then, of course, next Monday we are going to be starting SNES Week, which there's some info about it in the pinned message. If you're interested in seeing what that's going to be, that's basically a charity event that we're going to be starting next Monday. It's going to be real good. For now though, for tonight, we are going to go ahead and see who we want to raid. Let me see. There's a couple of options. Just scroll through everyone first. I think we're just gonna go to do a good old. Because Fruit Sniffer is playing Monster Hunter once again. That's gonna be a fun time, right? I assume Iggy is gonna be there as well. So let's hang out over there. Probably won't be able to hang out for too long myself tonight, but that's okay. We have those nights sometimes, right? In any case, let's all go say hi to Fruit. I will be back tomorrow with some Tears of the Kingdom, so that's going to be fun. Once again, thanks very much to everyone who watched tonight and everything else. I will be back tomorrow. I will see you guys then. All right, that's what we're going to call it for tonight. Goodbye.